If Terence Crawford moves up to fight Canelo, it's going to be a worse fight than fucking Charlo running around Canelo by murder against Crawford. That shit wouldn't happen. They have weight classes for it.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are gearing up for a highly anticipated showdown scheduled for the Cinco de Mayo weekend. However, for Crawford, the fight isn't just about facing his skilled Mexican rival, it's also about battling the relentless criticism from doubters. While Crawford is no stranger to skepticism, this time the stakes are higher than ever. Many boxing experts are urging him to reconsider, warning that risking his flawless record in a fight they believe could end in defeat might not be worth it.
Well, Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo fighting Crawford, and Crawford beats Canelo? What do that do for Canelo?
Among today's top fighters, the standout names are Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, both considered two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport today. The prospect of a clash between these two boxing giants has sparked excitement and captured the attention of fans across the globe.
There are so many other fights to make that's realistic, it makes sense, and less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys out.
Terence Crawford, a 4-division world champion, has openly shared his desire to face Canelo Alvarez, the current super middleweight king. However, the significant weight difference between the two fighters presents a major obstacle for Crawford in making this matchup a reality.
Take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy.
In an interview with Mill City Boxing, Roy Jones Jr. shared his thoughts on the potential showdown between Crawford and Canelo. While he praised Crawford's exceptional talent and skill, the legendary boxer leaned toward Canelo as the favorite. "I like Terence, but I'm leaning toward Canelo early because of his size. However, if Terence manages to settle into the fight, he'll be a real problem. If he can handle the size difference, he can beat him," Jones explained. He also highlighted the crucial role of Canelo's punching power, emphasizing it as a key factor that could determine the outcome of the fight.
He's trying to get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He will take that gamble.
That's what I'm saying. We won't know until we see Terence take a punch from someone with that kind of power, Roy Jones Jr. explained. That's the deciding factor. If you can disrupt Bud's fight plan, you've got a chance to beat him. But if you can't hurt him, you can't change his strategy, and then you're in trouble. This analysis highlights the importance of Crawford neutralizing Canelo's renowned punching power. If Crawford can rely on his technical skills while avoiding Canelo's devastating blows, he might pull off one of boxing's most memorable upsets. For now, though, the potential clash between Canelo and Crawford remains a dream scenario for fans, as Canelo is focused on preparing for his upcoming fight.
If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, "Okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done."
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the...
Boxing Federation interim champion William Skull has recently been floated as a potential opponent for Canelo Alvarez. Interestingly, this marks a shift in perspective for Roy Jones Jr., the Hall of Famer, who is now a promoter, trainer, and respected analyst. Previously, Jones had shared scenarios where he believed both Terence Crawford and David Benavidez could defeat Alvarez. However, his stance has evolved. Discussing Benavidez, Jones noted, "It's a tough fight to call because Benavidez throws a lot of punches. Sometimes, power can change everything and make it a different situation." He explained this during an interview with Boxing Scene.
I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shock, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight that he's pretty big, so I probably would rather see.
The question is Canelo willing to take the risk? "I don't think he is right now because I don't believe he feels he has a reason to," Roy Jones Jr. remarked. "If he can't hurt Benavidez in the first 3 or 4 rounds, I don't see him winning that fight." David Benavidez, a 2-time 168-pound champion, has been vocal about wanting a shot at Alvarez for the past 2 years. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford, once recognized as the best welterweight in the world, is open to moving up 2 weight classes for the opportunity to face the Mexican superstar Alvarez. However, Alvarez has downplayed the significance of such a matchup, arguing that a win over Crawford would do little to enhance his legacy, even though many believe Crawford has a genuine chance of pulling off the upset.
Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. And if he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not.
If anyone can step up and make it happen, it's Crawford. You can't tell him no, said Roy Jones Jr. I was the kind of guy who, if someone said they were better than me and I could get close to their weight, I was coming for them. When I won the heavyweight title in 2003, I gave John Ruiz a 33-pound advantage. I didn't care. I wanted to prove I was the best pound-for-pound fighter and do something historic. That's probably how Bud feels right now. He wants to make history and cement his legacy in boxing, Jones continued. Who wouldn't want to see the pound-for-pound best from yesterday take on the pound-for-pound best of today? That's a mega fight. If Bud adds the muscle and weight, how can you doubt him? One thing's certain, he's not stepping into the ring just to collect a paycheck. He's going in there to fight and win because that's who he is. Reflecting on Crawford's abilities, Jones added, if he carries the weight well, it'll be a great fight. He can box like Floyd Mayweather, he hits and doesn't get hit, and if he can handle the punches at that weight, he'll probably win.
I want to see Crawford come up some weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54. You
What do you
understand
think
me?
that fight will go, Crawford and
Crawford won the pound-for-pound best fight.
Roy Jones, who experienced weight fluctuations during the latter part of his career as a four-division title holder, believes Alvarez should focus on continuing his career at super middleweight. It's definitely best for Alvarez to stay at 168, Jones said. I never understood why he moved up to 175 to fight Dmitry Bivol. He had already beaten Sergey Kovalev, who was at the end of his career. Bivol, on the other hand, was in the prime of his career. They are two completely different fighters. He got the crusher at the right time. He should go back down and dominate where he's at. Don't try to fight another one because lightning doesn't strike twice. Meanwhile, former two-weight world champion Andre Ward has also shared his thoughts on the potential super fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford.
I could bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude.
Terence "Bud" Crawford has been eyeing a potential fight with Canelo Alvarez ever since his career-defining victory last year against welterweight rival Errol Spence Jr. Although Canelo initially dismissed the idea of the matchup, he recently acknowledged that he would be willing to defend his super middleweight titles against the naturally smaller Crawford if the financial terms were right. Speaking on the All the Smoke podcast, former undefeated two-weight world champion Andre Ward, who retired with a flawless 32-0 record, named the two matchups he's most excited to see in boxing. I want to see Canelo fight either Terence Crawford or David Benavidez, Ward said. Canelo has two options: he can face someone in his own weight class, or he can try to pick on the smaller guy, Terence Crawford.
We so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball.